Alex Ferguson is looking for a fast start tonight, looking for his team to catch the mood, the special mood that European nights seem to generate inside Old Trafford. Feyenoord are a team under pressure from their own supporters. Well, they have an early free kick here. And certainly when they came under Juventus pressure in Turin last month, they froze and they were 2 down in 10 minutes. Scholes seemed to get a foot on the ball there.
Yeah, not much wrong in that. Referee was perhaps a little bit overzealous.
Manchester United already doing better than they did against Juventus. They were 1 down in 24 seconds. Van Hastel with the shot. No early goal tonight, not inside the first minute anyway.
That wasn't a bad strike from Van Hastel, actually. I mean, he looked very nonchalant here, Schmeichel, but that wasn't the worst strike you've ever seen hit at him.
Pallister. Carrying the ball confidently into Feyenoord territory. Sheringham taking over. Now Phil Neville. Pallister still up there. Neville towards Giggs. And Hobble trying to keep him at arm's length. And despite the appeals for handball, the big man survived them. That was the penalty appeal against Van Hobble there. Well, certainly struck the forearm. Harry Hahn has been 2 years now in charge of Feyenoord. A lot has been said and written in the last few days about his predicament. He has been linked with the Standard Liège job in Belgium, which is free at present. And he has been harangued by the home supporters in Rotterdam. Beckham. Sheringham. Irwin. Better passing from Manchester United. Always happens. Van Bronckhorst. Fancies his chances from long range. He is a lovely striker of the ball with his left foot.
He's got to be very optimistic, but it was one hell of a strike from that distance. He's playing in that little area, Van Bronckhorst, that's hard to mark, particularly the way the United are lining up. With and Beckham's getting caught here a lot between him and Graf.
Beckham to Sheringham. Nicely for Owen. That's a good cross towards Ryan Giggs. And Van Hobble managed to track him every stride of the way. Well, that was a slick Manchester United move.
Yeah, best move of the game. Some great interpassing out on the right. Lovely curling ball in from Dennis Irwin. Giggs was very unfortunate not to get a good knock on the end of it.
Andy Cole. Outnumbered. Oh, the clearance was terrible from the keeper. Cole with the header. And the keeper just about got off the hook, although he didn't look any more convincing, really, with the save than he did from the clearance.
And there's the back pass. It's an up and under. He's under it now. Then he's got time, and he should be going. He's obviously tried to loop it over the keeper. I think if he's going to head it, he should have been heading it across goal. Sheringham would have had a knock in then.
Dudek is left-footed. That's his strong foot. I think Harry Hahn's big problem is that he's an Ajax hero, and he's followed some Feyenoord greats into this job. Willem van Hanegem and Wim Jansen now Celtic, and Rinus Israel were the 3 coaches before him, all 3 part of the Feyenoord team which won the European Cup in 1970. He won his 3 with Ajax. Cole. Well, you couldn't blame him for having a crack, having seen the goalkeeper make a meal of the back pass a moment ago, but he had options.
You might not blame him. Watch young Scholes here. I mean, he's fought back, full marks, he's gone positive, he's got Beckham on the right, he had Scholes on the left, he had 1 or 2 good alternatives there. You don't just see there, Scholes had a right blast at him.
Just signs of Manchester United starting to trouble Feyenoord now. This is Phil Neville. It's in towards Ryan Giggs, who's free, saved, oh, pulled over. Dudek, the keeper, made a smart save, but really just punched it back in front of him. And Andy Cole volleyed over. Good chance for Giggs in the first place.
Yeah, great ball from Neville here. Giggs making up the ground, empty space. Good save, but should have done better. Cole just thrusting. I'd be on the sympathy side with him there. He's thrusting his way, and he's a lot of pressure from a defender. Defenders, in fact, at one stage I thought it might have been the defender that got the knock over the bar. But that's an area of the field, I think, when Giggs comes off the line, I think Philip Neville's going to try and pour it on that side of the field.
Scholes. This is Sheringham trying to turn it to David Beckham now. Goalkeeper did just enough, and Picoon was back there to hook it away. Courageous play by Jurek Dudek, that's for sure.
It's a nice little flick there, goes Beckham in on it. Bit on foot, it didn't fall for him. But as you say, there are signs that things are starting to happen now in the Feyenoord goal mouth.
A little bit happening off the ball there between Graf and Beckham. This is Sheringham trying to reach the ball. It's come out as far as Dennis Irwin. Caressed back onto the head of Andy Cole. And now Paul Scholes! Oh, that's a brilliant goal. He is an ingenious player. He just conjures up a variety of ways to score goals. And that time he did it magnificently as the ball set up for him.
Well, that's a good little ball in there, but full marks to Andy Cole here. Gets a spotter's badge, and that is ace finish from the little fella. Every time I see him play, he seems to nick a goal, and as you say, in a variety of ways, and that is a magical finish. Look at that, outside of his, forget Cantona, there it is. But there it is, Ian, lovely knockdown, and that's a brilliant little skimmer, outside of his right foot. Keeper, no chance.
Van Hasten has Van Hobbel forward to his right. And Hobbel's cross towards Connolly. And got there in front of Gary Neville. And he might just have been feeling his collar as the ball came too.
Yeah, it's a good ball in from Van Hobbel here, and as you say, Connolly gets in front of the defender. Whether that's Gary Neville not being accustomed to playing regular in the centre of the defence, one doesn't know, but I think if Connolly could have just got there a little bit earlier, he might have had a clean strike on goal.
Here's Sheringham. Into Giggs. And now Nicky Butt. Dudek got a touch, it's a corner. It was a good chance for Nicky Butt.
It was a great chance, but it was unusual, particularly when you consider a lovely slotted ball, not offside, doesn't get round. That's one slight weakness in Butt's game. He's not the best finisher in the world, but he's actually been playing as the holding player. And in the last 5 minutes or so, he started to push on a little bit.
But meanwhile has found Cole. This is Sheringham. And now Giggs. Ryan Giggs! Well, again, it was a rather tentative save from Dudek, but it was hit straight at him.
Yeah, but the amount of joy United are getting out from little 1-2s going through the middle, it looks as if Feyenoord's central defensive trio is just starting to crumble a little bit. They're feeling the effects of the, if you like, the high starts both sides made.
Cole to Giggs. Andy Cole, goalkeeper committed. Andy Cole. Oh! It'll come for Beckham. Still danger for Feyenoord. Dennis Irwin. Header away by Van Hobbel. Cole so unlucky. Still in. Scholes will let it run for the corner kick.
You know, I bet if he'd have been in a black and white Newcastle shirt, then that would have gone in for him when everything went in. And a perfect and a beautiful play for him. Doesn't get his reward.
Manchester United, you feel, though, on the verge of getting their reward. Well on top now. Really clicking. Scholes to Giggs. Tossed in towards Sheringham, maybe a little nudge there, and it ran through to Dudek, who is just about surviving. Needed the help of his post then.
Some great interplay here. I think he might have just been a touch offside then, but he's gone around the keeper. But when he's cracked it from a fairly steep angle, but he should score from there, but from a fairly steep angle, he thinks he's got his opening goal of the night. Foot to the post has stopped him.
Konev. Waited for Van Hobbel to support on the right-hand side. He's got Van Wunderen making a run beyond him. It's Ulrich Van Hobbel. A little bit of relief for the Feyenoord defence as much as anything. Well, not much to choose between the actual possession of the ball, but Manchester United are having it now in areas where they're really hurting Feyenoord. It's Cole leaving it for Giggs. And Scholes into Cole. first touch just wasn't the best. A couple of touches before it were excellent. That's beautiful from Sheringham. Now Ryan Giggs in towards Butt. Might still come for Nicky Butt, saved by the goalkeeper.
Well, as you say, some slick play. A great little flip there from Sheringham. Finds Giggs. I wonder here, you know, when he hits the dead ball, they might have been thinking of cutting it back. I mean, there's a crowd scene at the near post, but Cole had just checked out for a little cut back there.
This time last year, Alex Ferguson and co were sailing along quite nicely when bang, Newcastle put 5 past them. 3 more big game defeats followed in a row. It wasn't a very red October in 1996. Pallister. Cole. Pallister. Cut in and Sheringham. Wing wizard Gary Pallister made it. Teddy Sheringham just found it coming to him a little too sharply.
Yeah, well, there's Pallister, gets around it. To be fair to Sheringham, it's tucked up. He should have scored, but the keeper's right at him. But once again, some great interplay on the edge of the penalty area from Manchester United.
They've had a good half. They lead through Paul Scholes. They got better and better as the half went on. And Ginger Spice, the little wizard in their attacking box of tricks, conjured up a marvellous finish here from Andy Cole's knockdown. And since then, Manchester United could have had 2 or 3 more. But they're ahead. Feyenoord are feeling the weight of their pressure. And at the break, I think Alex Ferguson will be a happy man. 1-0 they lead. Paul United's next assignment is in a fortnight's time in Rotterdam, in the stadium where Alex Ferguson led them to European success in the Captain's Cup in 1991. And maybe, if United can go on and beat Feyenoord well, there is a psychological contest to be won. If they can dishearten, maybe even demoralise their opponents tonight, it could make their task a little easier in the return. What they've got to do is beat them. Andy Cole receiving from Ryan Giggs. Phil Neville picking out his brother, who picks out Sanchez. This is Connolly, and now Korneev. One back by Scholes. The run though for Pablo Sanchez. Not been easy for David Connolly tonight. He's been a pretty lonely figure up front for Feyenoord for the most part. He's trying to make it difficult for Phil Neville. This is Van Hobbel. Sanchez. Connolly taking over. Korneev trying to turn Pallister, and the free kick has gone Manchester United's way. Bosveld. Van Hobbel. Van Haskell. Korneev. Some space for Graf here on the left-hand side. Manchester United rather lost Patricio Graf. He's got 2 in support. It's Graf for Feyenoord. And Peter Schmeichel has to make his first important save of the night.
In the early part of the game, they got some joy down this side of the field. And there's Graf zooming after Korneev's pass. Smashes it in, but the goalkeeper stands big. And when he stands big, nothing gets past him, or very little.
Sheringham got a touch, which he responds to himself and plays Paul Scholes in. Well, all the good things are said about him in the first half in front of goal too.
I must admit, when that fell down, I thought, not another one, he'll bang another one here, the little fella. But some good work there from Teddy Sheringham. Nice little bit of cleverness, nice little bit of awareness. It's not the easiest to hit, but knowing how good he is at that sort of opportunity, he should really have scored there.
Andy Cole. Run off it by Van Hobbel.
I thought it was a foul. Van Hobbel ran him out there.
Header from Korneev, only as far as Gary Neville, on by Nicky Butt. Beckham struggling to catch up, got it to Scholes. He now misplaces a pass. One back though by Irwin. Teddy Sheringham. Dennis Irwin. Beaten away by Dudek. Irwin thought about squaring it for Cole, but he had the chance himself. Sheringham's got it back for Manchester United. David Beckham into Andy Cole. Well, here come the chances all over again, and here come the misses all over again.
Yeah, 2 glorious opportunities there. I actually think it was the wrong selection. That's a nice little ball from Sheringham. Irwin carries on running. It looks a better angle than it actually was. It was at a tighter angle. And this is the other one when, in all fairness, a striker of his quality, he's done brilliant holding it in front of the defender. Should really keep over them and keep them on target.
Through to Connolly. It's David Connolly. Well, he did well to get in any kind of shot because he was outnumbered. He couldn't get any real power or direction behind it, but he's had a busy match for Feyenoord tonight.
He's worked hard as the Lone Ranger, engages the defence here, just gets a squeeze.
Cole has found Sheringham. Into the path of Andy Cole. Managed to knock Cocoon out of the way. There are three in the box. Cole's cross came off of hands for a corner. An unwitting hand apparently by Scheidemann.
He's saying it's hit him on the nose. I mean, we're not having that. That's a Pinocchio job, that. I mean, I thought he's actually lifted his hands. I think that should have been a penalty.
He's got one big nose in.
It's getting bigger all the while if he thinks he headed it.
20 minutes to the second half play. Beckham with the corner. Rolled in towards Sheringham! Well, that's a Tottenham Hotspur corner. Sheringham's brought up with him. And surprising how often it's not picked up. Well, it has to be a corner. Surely it's blocked on the near post.
He's got away with it well. He skimmed the low ball in. And he's deflected it off the line. Wasn't actually going in, but Graf's just flicked it round the corner.
This is the penalty. Both his arms up in the air. Van Wonderen, there's nowhere for him to go, and Giggs is intercepted. Cole to his right, Sheringham to his left. Ryan Giggs stood on the ball at a crucial moment. He had 3-3 to his right in the end, but only because he'd drawn the defenders into him. Van Hastel. Scholes' tackle rather unfortunately bouncing into the path of Cornet, but here comes Butt. Sanchez. Van Wonderen. Oh, good tackle by Phil Neville. Van Wonderen is down. Play continues. Giggs with three for support. It's Sheringham. Graf got back, penalty given. He was reaching for Teddy Sheringham, and in the opinion of the referee, he didn't quite get there. And a real opportunity now for Manchester United.
Yeah, it's a good slotted ball there from Giggs. Takes it out of his feet. He's actually going to lose possession of it. It was a very rash challenge from Graf, because he's not outstripping the defenders. Graf's given him every chance to tumble there.
I'll tell you what, it was only just inside the box if it was. Teddy Sheringham, who's missed 2 penalties for Manchester United this season, has given over the responsibility now to Dennis Irwin. Irwin did score for Manchester United from the spot in their Charity Shield shootout win over Chelsea at the start of the season. They've had so much of the game, so many chances, so little to show for it. Dennis Irwin from the penalty spot gives Manchester United the lead they deserve. It's 2-0, and you can't see any way back for Feyenoord now.
No, you can. That's a tremendous penalty. He wouldn't have stopped that with 2 keepers in there.
Now Voss. Cornet. Voss. And now Bosveld. Van Hastel. Took a deflection, I think, on the way through. Cornet, the final player, firmly struck by Jean-Paul Van Hastel.
Good drill. Big keeper's got it well covered.
Beckham. Giggs is there with a header, got in front of the goalkeeper. What a clattering for his troubles.
Well, he whips this one round the corner here. Big curling centre from Beckham. And Giggs is in there fearless. Pity he couldn't have just stayed over it a little bit. He's got the keeper isolated. Keeper's in no man's land. Great pity Andy Cole couldn't put himself on the score sheet tonight. You know, he's done a lot of hard work, made some great runs down the channels and ran defenders away. Linked a lot. Oh, this is their first chance.
This is Henk Voss feeding on Bostel. It's Voss for Feyenoord, and they've got to go back here. And with 8 minutes left to play, Henk Voss, the substitute, has halved Manchester United's lead, giving some encouragement to the Feyenoord fans, and more importantly to his teammates too.
Well, that's defender sleeping. Complacent defender. Great finish by Voss. He's read the flick on. There's two defenders there, Pallister and Neville, but he's outstripped them, and it's a good finish, and it makes you wonder, you know, if they'd thrown him on earlier, perhaps with Conley.
Well, he was expected to play from the start, and I saw him before the game, and he wasn't too happy about his exclusion.
Well, if that's the way he's reacted, I mean, it makes the last few moments now a little bit anxious. The big centre forward has been a little worry from the time he's been on, apart from his goal.
Manchester United have won the night. Played 3-1-3. Midway through their Champions League campaign, they are in pole position in their group. Paul Scholes gave them the start tonight with a superbly taken goal. Dennis Irwin doubled their money from the penalty spot, no more than they deserved at the time. They created so many chances. Henk Voss made them think again after coming on as a substitute for Feyenoord and stealing a goal back. But it would have been not daylight robbery, certainly nighttime robbery, if it had gone any further. Manchester United deserved their win and deserved to be top of this group.